Hey, I'm the girl next door, and if you take a flight path from Oribos to Tazavesh, you can do the dungeon Tazavesh the Veiled Market, where the last boss has a chance to drop the Cartel Master's Gearglider mount. This mount drops on Heroic and Mythic, and I would recommend doing it on Heroic because you can just keep running it over and over again because Heroic no longer has a daily lockout. The majority of this dungeon you can mount in, so make sure you do that, and when you first walk in, you'll walk up to these 3 guards at the bottom of the stairs. Aldilil will do some talking for about 15 seconds, and then once you kill those guards, the door behind them will open. You can head into there and kill just the one ad in there called Portal Master Zorda. When you kill him, he will spawn the boss Zo'phex, and you'll see it here in a second, but when Portal Mancer dies, there is a line that comes out from the wall. Doesn't matter if you're in that or not, you will get knocked back, so try not to get knocked into ads. They're not going to do that much damage, but it's just one less thing you have to pull. In this video, I don't know any of the boss mechanics. They do not really matter, so I'm not even going to go over them. A couple of housekeeping things just while we go to the next part of this dungeon. This was recorded on Friday, July 11th, 2025 in patch 11.1.7.61609 of the War Within. In this video, I am a 675 Fury Warrior, but I've also done this on a 636 Marksman Hunter and a monk of some kind. I forget what item level, but they were a lot lower than that. I think around 600. If you're going to be farming this, I highly recommend doing it on a monk, specifically for the last boss, which I'll talk about when we get there. You can one-shot it and it's so much quicker, but other classes can also do it. It just takes a little bit longer. In this video, I'll also keep my map open throughout the entirety of it, just so that way anyone who's never been here before can have a little bit of a better sense of direction in case they need it. So after that first boss, we're going to head left and we're going to go towards the Grand Menagerie. And in here, you want to be very careful because this fight can bug very easily. And I've bugged this fight like 4 or 5 times just trying to record this video alone. So you walk in, there's going to be about 30 seconds of RP, and then the first boss, Alcrux the Glutton, will spawn. Wait a little bit, let him move around for a second, and then kill him slowly. But you want to kill him somewhat quickly. You have to kill this like quick, but not too quick, essentially. When he dies, there's another like 20 seconds of RP, and then Acolyte the Pummeler spawns. Him again, you want to let him move around for a second, kill him quick, and if you see the ads behind, or if you see the NPCs on the stage behind him disappear, that means the fight's bugged. But if you still see them, it's probably not. After another like 24 seconds of RP, Venza Goldfuse will spawn if you haven't bugged the fight, and then this one you should be able to kill as quickly as possible, but I also like to just make sure I give her a little bit of time to just spawn and like move, so she's not just spawning and immediately dying. And then once that is done, you can head across to the other side of the dungeon. And just really quick while I'm doing that, the reason this is annoying is because if you bug that fight, you can't leave. If you Hearthstone, the Hearth will cast, it'll go on cooldown, but you won't go anywhere. I did it with my regular Hearthstone, my Dalaran Hearthstone, and my Garrison Hearthstone. Sorry, I'm still learning to say Hearth. And the way to fix it was to use the stuck character service, and you have to wait until you eventually get unstuck. It's really annoying, and hopefully it gets fixed sooner than later, but for now, it's still broken. In this next section, we're going to do the trading event. So you're going to wait for Aldilil to talk to Zo'gron for about 20 seconds, who asks for an invite to Myza's Oasis, the most intoxicating establishment in Tazavesh. You don't have one, so you need the secret password. So you talk to Zai Darid, as you just saw, and buy whatever item he has. He'll drop it on the floor, and then you have to take that item to a specific vendor. There's multiple different items you can get, but each one does have a specific vendor it goes to. So I have the map on screen now with kind of a guideline of what to do and who to take things to. Going clockwise from the top of the map, any cloths will go to Zai Akita, the expert tailor. Weapons and armor will go to Zai Jahid, appreciator of magical weapons. Gems and jewels go to Zai Gahana, lover of precious gemstones. Any food will go to Zai Tadir, the fine diner of fine cuisine. Potions and flasks go to Zaimal the Alchemist. Fossils go to Zai Zero, the Fossil Collector. Any musical instruments will go to Zaihar, the Thrift Instrument Enthusiast. Spices go to Zainara, aficionado of exotic spices. And scrolls and any other literature goes to Zai Kitab, consumer of all rare texts. Essentially, just look at your debuff to see what you have, and then find the appropriate NPC to go hand that into. You'll stand in their circle, press the extra action button, and if correct, they will drop another item for you. When you've handed in the third item, the NPC in chat will give you the secret password to go into the boss room. Once you have the password, go back to Zo'gron and select it to enter the boss room. When you're here, you're going to see a stage, and you're going to want to head over there to start the about 45 seconds of RP. There's a bunch of that in this place, so more of that here. You'll see that fidget spinner looking thing in the middle there. You're going to want to stand on the circle that I'm standing on now, and after the RP ends, a bunch of instruments will spawn around the room. The one you're standing on is the guitar, so click on it to pick it up and you'll get an extra action button. With this extra action button, you'll see there's another beam of light. You want to stand in that, and then there will be musical notes that spawn. You'll want to face them and then use the extra action button to glide through them. You'll do this for 4 sets. Ads will come out. You'll get another beam of light in that fidget spinner. You want to stand there to continue the fight. And then you'll do the gliding again 4 times. Ads will spawn. You'll do the gliding again 1 more time, and then the boss will spawn. So in total, you glide through 12 musical notes before the boss spawns. And then when the boss does spawn, if you're melee, don't run out and try to fight him, because the unruly patrons you see around the stage will just push you back onto the stage. If you're ranged, you can obviously just kill him from far, but if you're melee, just wait for him to get to you. Once you've killed him, you can make your way back the way that you came, and while we're doing that, there is another mount that you can get from here. It's from the hard mode of this dungeon. I haven't looked much into it, but from the very brief amount that I read, it seems pretty easy, so what I'll likely do is create a second video for that sometime in the future, and I will link that in the description box. So if you want to check that and see if that link is there, that will be where it'll be. If it's not there yet, of course, I'm still working on it, but I do plan on doing that because I need the mount myself, so while I'm getting it, I may as well just make a video for it. You're going to make your way back to the middle-ish area, and you're going to go into the post room here. This door may be closed. If it is, just wait a few seconds. Aldelil will open that for you. In here, you're going to kill the postmaster, nothing to him, and then you're going to turn around and go right back out to the way that you came, and you're going to, on the map, you'll see there's like a yellow circle that you're seeing here. We're going to go there and click on that and to teleport. It's called the Signature Authorization Device and Transport Facility. That'll take us to the next portion of this dungeon where, once again, there's some RP, about 25 seconds worth of it, and then So As Me will become available. I did this on my monk, I think it was, and he was a little bit slow to kill him, and there was one mechanic that he did called Double Technique, which it was such a long cast, it had me a little worried, so I looked it up and it just did a lot of damage. Doesn't do that much anymore, so if you see a long cast, don't worry about it. Once you kill him, make your way to the bottom of these stairs. Aldelil will come and talk for about 10 seconds and will spawn a portal that you just have to walk through. You don't have to click it. This will take you to Stormheim, where you can mount and skip all the trash. If you're lucky, unlike me, of course, every time I make a video, some trash pulls, even though when I ran this as a test just to make sure I understood the route, didn't pull anything. So that was a little frustrating, but once you get in here, like I said, you can skip most of the trash. You're just going to follow the map, go towards the entrance of the cave, I guess, area here, and make your way down towards it. It's a pretty straightforward area. This dungeon in particular is one that I haven't made a video for just because it was a little bit intimidating. I never did it when it was current content, and whenever I would look up videos, especially the trading event, was very confusing and intimidating, so that's why this video has taken so long to put out. But with the collector's bounty up, I figured I should probably learn how to do this, and I'm glad that I did, because it is pretty simple once you've done it once or twice. Once again, here there is about 15 seconds of RP, and then Hylbrande, Sword of the Keepers will spawn, and then you just want to kill him really quick, and then what do you think happens after this? RP, that's right. If you guessed RP, you guessed right. There's about 25 seconds worth of waiting before Aldelil creates another portal for you to walk through. This time it takes you to Borealis Harbor, where once again you can mount and skip all the trash. This is a little bit less of a run down to the water here, and when you get to the water, what do you think happens? If you guessed RP, you got it. There's about 20 seconds of that here before Timecap'n Hooktail, the pirate dragon, spawns, which is now a Turbulent Time Waste mount. I think a lot of people have been asking for this mount for a long time, so this boss is now available to obtain. If you're watching it the day this comes out, this isn't Turbulent Time Waste. In the future, this is probably just something you buy at the Time Walking vendor. This is such a fantastic looking mount, and I'm glad that it's finally out. After that boss, once again, 15 seconds of RP before Aldelil will spawn the final portal for you to walk through. This takes you to the Opulent Nexus, where you can mount and skip all the trash on your way to Leah. This is the final boss where you want to save all your cooldowns, because at 40% health, the boss will go to the center and regenerate their health and get a 99% damage reduction buff. During this video, she somehow only regenerated to like 30% health rather than the full 100, so I don't know what I did differently, but this was the only time I ever had that happen. At this point, pop all your cooldowns and just slowly bring her down. On my 675 warrior from 100%, it took about 2.5 minutes or so, and on my 636 hunter, it took about 8 minutes. If you're playing a monk, which I highly recommend doing if you are going to farm this, Touch of Death will one-shot the boss at this point, so just save that for now and use it, and it's so much quicker. If you have another account or friend that you want to run with, the Hyper Light Jolt that she's spamming will put an arrow on you and it'll hit one of you before going to the other person. The goal is to put one of the star things that you see around her in between both of you so that the jolt goes through that as well, which disables that star. You do that for all 4, and then eventually that debuff goes away. But again, because you're soloing, you don't have another person for that arrow to use, so it's just either going to be a little bit of a slog getting the health of her down, or if you're a monk, it's just a one-shot. Once she dies, there's one final bit of RP that all Delil will do for about 20 seconds, and then will spawn a portal that you can walk through to go right outside the entrance where you can reset and go again. Heroic does not have a daily lockout, so you can just reset and run this over and over and over again until you get the mount. So good luck, have fun, hopefully this video helped, and I hope it drops for you quick. I have a guide for pretty much every other mount you may want to farm, so check out the playlist that's on screen now for more of that. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up as well if you liked it, and consider subscribing for more videos. Thanks for watching, I love you lots, have a fantastic day,